Hundreds of supporters of Brazil's former president have stormed the National Congress. After hours of chaos, Brazilian police have retaken the National Congress building. After pro-Bolsonaro protesters stormed the premises, police are still in the process of clearing rioters from the Supreme Court headquarters and also from the presidential palace. Brazilian police fired tear gas at Bolsonaro supporters gathered by Congress building. Many of them dispute the result of the 30th of October election in which leftist Lula da Silva beat Bolsonaro. The former president repeatedly questioned without evidence the credibility of the country's electronic voting system, and many of his hardcore supporters believed him. Brazil's current president is on an official trip to Sao Paulo state right now. Our foreign affairs editor Geeta is getting us more details on that story. Geeta, these pictures from Brazil, partly reminder of what happened in the US 2 years ago when Donald Trump lost the elections, and partly a reminder of what happened in Sri Lanka a few months ago, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, but this is more, Sri Lanka was an economic crisis. This has more to do with the fact that these are Bolsonaro protesters who have rejected the verdict of the elections, and breaching of the presidential palace certainly is a major security breach, but one that also has taken a political turn and adds political color because of the fact that these are Bolsonaro supporters who entered the presidential palace, and now we know that there are police forces who have been deployed across not just across the country but the capital city, and there were not just attempts at taking the presidential palace but also the Supreme Court. So massive protest there. The visuals clearly show the kind of and the number of people who are now in the streets of Brazil clearly show that this is going to take a while. This has been going on for days, but nobody imagined people actually breaching and entering or storming into the country's presidential palace. So that certainly is a huge security breach and a threat. Supreme Court and the presidential palace being breached by these Bolsonaro protesters, and the vandalizing of property, the damage to public property, certainly something that will not just is not just costing the country, but action certainly will be taken against those found guilty. For now, the visuals certainly are quite telling, and while the police authorities and the forces are trying to contain the crowd, the numbers certainly are so huge that it has been rather impossible, Sneha.
Thanking you for the moment. Geeta Mohan getting us the very latest as far as that crisis in Brazil is concerned.